Thank you, Faye. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Anfield for a fixture that traditionally is not at all favourable for Leeds United. They have lost more Premier League games to Liverpool than any other team, and they haven't won on this side of Stanley Park in the Premier League for over 20 years. Recent results have been ominous for Jesse Marsch after no wins in 8. With Leeds in the drop zone, the pressure is starting to mount. Liverpool may be well off the pace in the race for the title, but they can close the gap on the top 4 tonight, and their home form is as imperious as ever. Scarves held aloft all around this famous ground, the Kop to the right hand side, the Anfield Road end which is being reconstructed to our left. Under the floodlights in particular, it is a spectacular sight and sound. Well, kick-off just a few minutes away, live on Talksport. It has been a busy game day. We've brought you drama already, and maybe much more to come on Merseyside tonight. Liverpool in their all-red strip, Leeds United all in white, and they're going into a huddle ahead of kick-off this Leeds team. They need some inspiration from somewhere, Mickey Gray.
Well, if that atmosphere doesn't get your juices flowing, I don't know what will. Absolutely incredible. It's not often we get 7:45 kick-off on a Saturday evening, but that was pretty special, and I think we're in for a special night tonight. Two sides that only know how to play offensive football. One side that are really struggling at the other end of the table, and another side that are trying to chase down those top 4 positions. And I think it's just there for everybody to say this is going to be an electric game of football tonight.
Well, we are just about ready to go. Time may be running out for Jesse Marsch at Leeds United, but can his side cause a huge shock at Anfield tonight, a ground where Liverpool haven't lost in the Premier League since March 2021. Off and underway exclusively on Talksport. No better place to be on a Saturday. Andy Robertson, early touch for Liverpool, who are playing from right to left in the first half towards the Anfield Road end, where the Leeds fans have been very noisy themselves in the build-up are located, and in fact there are white balloons being flung into the air in the Leeds section of the ground, and Leeds, as I mentioned, all in white, playing from left to right, attacking the Kop. Alisson with a long ball downfield, misjudged by the goalkeeper. Cooper, his own defender, beat him to it. Salah will try and put it in with an impossible angle, and the covering header almost off the line from Pascal Struijk, and Liverpool have a corner. They very nearly scored inside 40 seconds.
Well, I think that kind of tells the story of the game, and it's very early on of Leeds United being very shaky at the back, not knowing communication from the goalkeeper to your centre half. They've got serious problems and couldn't find themselves a goal behind. Brilliant from Mo Salah.
We are high up in the main stand as Liverpool have a corner at the Anfield Road end on Talksport. Not a good one from Robertson, headed away at the near post. Back in by Harvey Elliott, floated into the gloves of Meslier, decked out all in black. The young Leeds United goalkeeper who's conceded 10 goals in his previous 2 visits to Anfield before tonight. And then Gomez raking ball downfield straight into the gloves of the Frenchman again. He's a talented young goalkeeper, Mickey Gray, but he is being left exposed week upon week by his Leeds United defenders.
No, absolutely. You know, sometimes it's not down to the goalkeeper, isn't it? You know, you're looking for your centre-halves to help you out at certain times. And managers and coaches will always say to you, get an early touch of the ball in a game, but the last thing you want to be doing is chasing out of your 18-yard box to try and clear your lines after about 20 seconds. It's just not the way you want to start a football match.
The two sides then, in case you missed them earlier, Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson the defenders, Fabinho just in front of them in this diamond setup that Liverpool have employed in the last couple of matches, with Elliott to the right, Thiago back in the side to the left, and Firmino behind Salah and Nunez, who are very much the front two. Leeds have Meslier in goal, Christensen, Koch, Cooper and Struijk, Rocker and Adams, with Harrison, Aronson and Somerville behind Rodrigo the lone striker. I'll give you the subs for both sides in just a moment. It's Liverpool 0, Leeds 0 on game day on Talksport. Earlier in the Premier League, wins for Manchester City, for Tottenham having been 2-0 down at Bournemouth, Brighton 4-1 over Chelsea, Liverpool coming forward with Alexander-Arnold, low cross turned away by Cooper from in and around the penalty spot. The diminutive Elliott, who scored in midweek in the Champions League, first the loose ball. He wins a throw off Somerville, who's wearing gloves. I don't know why, Mickey Gray. It's very mild for October at Anfield. And Liverpool go back to Alisson, the goalkeeper. Wouldn't catch you wearing gloves in this sort of weather, Mickey Gray.
Not a northern boy, I'm not allowed. I'll wait until December for that. But I before this game actually kicked off, I thought this was going to be a huge game for Trent Alexander-Arnold, because I think the way that Leeds United set up, it gives him freedom to break forward and do what he's best at, and that's putting balls into the area, creating opportunities for his side, and maybe even scoring goals for himself.
Oh, Alisson has slipped from a back pass. It's a tap-in for Rodrigo, and Leeds United lead. It's a desperate mistake from Alisson. A simple back pass. The goalkeeper lost his footing. Rodrigo said, "Thank you very much," in front of the Kop. What a moment. What a goal for Jesse Marsch and Leeds United. But what a defensive nightmare for Liverpool, totally against the run of play. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 1. It was an absolute gift.
Oh my goodness. And things that you just don't think that you're going to see in a football match. Well, it starts with Leeds United being positive down the left-hand side, and Joe Gomez thinking that there's no pressure on the ball whatsoever. He just plays the ball back to Alisson. And you can see as he just plays it with the outside of his foot, he just slips completely. And it's the simplest of goals for Rodrigo, just to tap that ball into the back of the net. Now, we talked about having a positive start for Liverpool. Well, that is the perfect start for Leeds United.
Well, Alisson has arguably been one of, if not Liverpool's best player so far this season. It wasn't the best of back passes from Gomez, but the goalkeeper slipped, and the Liverpool fans packed around us in the main stand. Cannot believe it, but the Leeds supporters, 2,000 strong, are bouncing up and down away to our left-hand side. Rodrigo will never score an easier goal than that. And Leeds, on this horrible run under Jesse Marsch, 8 without a win in the Premier League, have an early foothold, 1-0 up at Anfield, live on Talksport, as Salah wins a corner for Liverpool on the far side beneath the floodlights. What drama.
And Joe, it's Liverpool going a goal behind yet again in a Premier League game. I mean, how many times it's happened this season? Albeit this one from a couple of mistakes from his centre-half Gomez and Alisson with the slip. But now they're going to have to react, and I'm sure they will do as the game goes on. But it's not the start that Liverpool needed.
Such a long run without defeat in the Premier League at Anfield. Alexander-Arnold, right-footed in, swinging corner up towards Van Dijk, a looping header. It'll drift behind and away for a goal kick. And finally Leeds have something that they can hang on to. There's a Leeds United player down in the 18-yard box. I think it's Pascal Struijk. In fact, it's Christensen who was caught holding his head. The physio races on, and those Leeds fans, arms outstretched up into the air, white scarves being waved. Jesse Marsch said in the build-up to this game, "I'm sick of losing. I'm angry about it. I've never lost so many games in my life." Sometimes, Mickey, you need a bit of luck to go your way, and Leeds leading by a goal to 0 have definitely had that tonight.
I think they had quite a lot of luck. But it's all down to the reaction of the Leeds United players. Let's not take nothing away from them, because they were on the front foot. They put Gomez into the corner. They made him make a mistake, and it was Alisson, who I don't think anybody expected in the stadium to slip. But it was, you're right, it wasn't the best ball back to him. He had to adjust a little bit, which is probably why he slipped in his own 18-yard box. And full credit to Rodrigo. He was the one who was on the front foot. He was waiting for the mistake. And that's what centre forwards do. They look for a mistake, and it was a simple tap-in for him.
Salah looks to hook the ball downfield. Christensen being treated, the Leeds defender, so they're temporarily down to 10 men, the visitors here. Just 6.5 minutes into the game. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 1. Again, elsewhere in the Premier League today, Crystal Palace winners over Southampton. Big win for Newcastle, who stay fourth after hitting Aston Villa for 4. Unai Emery doesn't join up with Villa until early next week. Draws at Craven Cottage and at the G-Tech Community Stadium. And tomorrow, Arsenal against Nottingham Forest and Manchester United against West Ham. And Talksport and Mickey Gray alongside Sam Matterface will bring you all the goals as they go in on the Sunday session. Liverpool, who have this excellent record against Leeds, unbeaten in the last 10 Premier League meetings, and they hit them for 6-0 in this fixture in February last year. They won't keep a clean sheet tonight. Christensen back on the field for Leeds. His cushion header for Adams, hooks it over his shoulder over the halfway line. Alexander-Arnold with the cushion clearing header. Now Salah brings it down, converged upon by 2 in Leeds wide. They almost give it away, the visitors. Koch will steer the ball long downfield, and now Gomez hooks it over the halfway line up towards Firmino. It's bouncing around like pinball in on the halfway line. Adams is a big player for Leeds to have back in the side tonight. Strokes the ball left to the halfway line, and Crescencio Somerville, neat feet, but gives it away to the bald-headed Thiago. Thiago up the middle towards Nunez straight away. Cleared by Christensen for Leeds United. And Leeds playing with a little bit of confidence here and great energy. Jesse Marsh has bemoaned their finishing in recent times. They have something to hang on to here at the home of Liverpool, as Robertson plays a back pass to Addison, who skews the clearance nervously straight out of play for a Leeds throw. 1-0 to Leeds.
Wow, talk about a goalkeeper being very nervy at the beginning of a game. Well, the cameras are on Alisson right now. I think he's touched the ball twice, once. He slipped, and then he's just tried to play a simple ball out to the left to Andy Robertson. He got it completely wrong, and there was a few groans from the Liverpool supporters.
Liverpool trying to clear on the edge of their own penalty area. They've lost out, but there's a foul by Rocker on Harvey Elliott, and Liverpool have a free kick on that edge of the 18-yard line. They haven't been good away from home this season in the Premier League, Liverpool. We know that. Haven't won on the road just yet in the top flight, but 4 wins from 6 and haven't lost at Anfield in the Premier League so far this season. That is under threat, albeit there's a heck of a long way to go. And we know how good this Liverpool side is when they're on song. Alexander-Arnold played it on the far side, the right, jinky away from Somerville. Plays it back to Elliott, who's midway into Leeds territory. We're watching high up in the main stand, just to the left of the halfway line on Talksport. Robertson can't keep in that raking crossfield pass, and it's out of play for a Leeds throw in front of those jubilant travelling fans.
Well, Liverpool have just got to calm themselves down a little bit. There's a long way to go in this game for them to get themselves back onto level terms and go on then to actually try and win the football match. But giving the ball away in the wrong areas, Thiago playing a ball in the D of the edge of the 18-yard box to Harvey Elliott when he doesn't really know who's behind him, and it just takes one bad touch. And these Leeds United players, as honest as they are, they will close the space down, win the ball high up when they get opportunities. And as you mentioned there before, Joe, they've got themselves in front and they're full of confidence right now in the game.
That's the former Leeds and England defender Mickey Gray. Liverpool trail by a 1-0 at Anfield, live on Talksport. Just over 10 minutes played in the game. Elliott trying to retrieve possession on the far side on the halfway line in front of that Sir Kenny Dalglish stand. Leeds with Somerville trying to float it through the middle towards Rodrigo, hooked away by Gomez, high up into the dark night sky. The clearing header by Cooper, the ever dependable Cooper, and now Adams for Leeds, playing it wide to Harrison, attacking the edge of the penalty area, left-footed curler, out of play and into the Kop.
Well, I think Leeds United have came into this game, and I think they're pinpointing Liverpool down that right-hand side because of the start that Trent Alexander-Arnold's made to this season. He's pushing himself into a forward position, he's leaving a gap in behind Gomez, and they're trying to capitalise on that, Leeds United. This time they switched the ball to the right-hand side, and Jack Harrison, for me, I think he has to do better. He's got a lot of time. You can see he's trying to curl around one of the Liverpool centre-halves, and he just gets his shot a little bit too wrong, but it's worrying or alarming for Liverpool to see how much space the wide players of Leeds are getting.
It's been given away to Elliott, straight to Cooper, and Cooper has knocked the ball off Elliott and out of play for a Leeds throw on the far side, their left. The Leeds, who have had a dreadful run of results. That defeat to Fulham was their 4th consecutive Premier League loss, also being beaten by Leicester, Arsenal and Crystal Palace in that run. Their last victory was against Chelsea back in August when Thomas Tuchel was still in charge at Stamford Bridge. Salah in the centre circle for Liverpool. Back to Robertson, left-footed crossfield out to the right, Elliott, who's controlled that beautifully in front of Stroud. Well done to pluck that out of the air. Whips in the cross, headed away by Cooper at the near post. Nunez was lurking behind him menacingly. Out of play, Liverpool throw left with the edge of the 18-yard line. Back it goes to Alexander-Arnold. And Alexander-Arnold retrieves possession and finds Gomez with the white boots on halfway. Now the instantly recognisable figure of Van Dijk finds Robertson with that angled pass. Robertson was right in front of Jesse Marsh, the Leeds boss, who's issuing instructions. A long way down below is a steep drop to the near side touchline. Jurgen Klopp watches on, hands in pockets. Robertson near side, infield, left by Firmino, back to Firmino inside the penalty area. Angle is tight, saved by the goalkeeper. Melier spread himself well, gets a pat on the back from his defenders. Liverpool have a corner, their best chance so far.
Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful football from back to front. Gomez to Robertson. A little step over from Firmino. Núñez laying him in, absolutely perfect. I just wonder whether he could have pulled that ball back to the 6-yard area, but a man in form, he wants to keep scoring.
Robertson's left-footed out-swinging corner, deep to the far post, over the head of everybody. It'll be retrieved by Alexander-Arnold on the far side. Leeds have everybody back defending. Liverpool, though, with Salah trying to drive into the penalty area. Back to Alexander-Arnold, first time right-footed cross. Goalkeeper got a touch on it, flapped at it, comes to Robertson, dinks it back in, heading goal, it's landed! Liverpool are level, while Leeds United were not in front for long. It's Mo Salah, edge of the 6-yard box. He scores against Leeds United again. 7 goals in 5 appearances against them now. He loves a goal against the Yorkshire side. And with 13 minutes gone, it's Liverpool 1, Leeds 1.
Well, let's be honest, I think the goal was coming. It was just an onslaught from Liverpool from goal behind, and we just waited for that one bit of quality, and it came from the left-hand side. Beautiful ball into the area, and it looked like the chance had gone, but Mo Salah just keeps his eye on the ball as that ball comes back into the box first time, and it's a superb finish for what, his 4th league goal of the season. Getting himself into a better area now, Mo Salah, inside that 6-yard box, and he was not going to miss from there. Super finish.
Well, he averages a goal against Leeds every 48 minutes or so in the Premier League. The goal, after a brief VAR check, has been confirmed to have been given, and it is 1-1 at Anfield. And the Liverpool fans cheer as they feel that normal service is resumed. He was almost nonchalant with that finish, Salah. There wasn't much in the way of a celebration either.
Yeah. Well, he's certainly got that in the locker, hasn't he? He knows how to score goals, and he knows how to score goals in front of his loyal Liverpool supporters.
His name rings around Anfield. Rodrigo for Leeds, playing into the penalty area towards Aronson. Pass slightly overhit, and Van Dijk was across to shrug aside the American Aronson, and it's easy for Alisson Becker, the Liverpool goalkeeper, all in bright green. And Liverpool come forward again with Andy Robertson up over the halfway line. Will he get the return pass from Núñez? It's steered away out to play by Christensen. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1 on Talksport with Now Sports. Don't forget that with Now Sports you can stream all the Sky Sports action, like Liverpool against Leeds live right now, for $11.99, no contract. Search Now Sports.
Andy Robertson started the game on fire on this left-hand side. He's been absolutely outstanding. The Andy Robertson of what, probably a season ago. He's been left out of the side on a couple of occasions with Simicast playing in that left-hand position, left-back position. But every single opportunity he gets down this left-hand side, he's not letting anybody down.
Lovely flick by Firmino. Alexander-Arnold in behind. Núñez waiting in the middle. Defender had to make that interception. Coming across from the centre defensive position, Robin Koch. He did so. Another Liverpool corner though, and we know how proficient Liverpool can be from set pieces, and Leeds do struggle defending them at times.
This game has given us everything I expected before kick-off. It's such an open game of football. Two sides wanting to attack the opposition. Liverpool at the moment are just doing it a little bit better than what Leeds United are, but with the away side getting the first goal, what a game we've got in our hands.
Plenty forward for Liverpool, a cluster of red shirts in and around the penalty spot. Alexander-Arnold's high corner up towards Fabinho, headed away, could drop for Elliott on the edge of the penalty area, one touch too many. Leeds now on the break. Harrison charging towards the halfway line. He's got Aronson to his left-hand side. Harrison driving forward, he's run 40 yards. He's tackled at the last. It drops to Aronson inside the penalty area. Couldn't get his shot away. Liverpool got enough men back behind the ball. It's like basketball now, one end to the other, and now Liverpool break. Elliott over halfway. 1-1 on Talksport. Elliott up the middle, cleared away by Robin Koch, and now Leeds retrieve possession.
Is this basketball or football, Joe? It's just unbelievable. The tempo that this game is being played at is just incredible. And what a chance for Jack Harrison.
Oh, it might be another chance for Rodrigo. Left-hand edge of the penalty area, down by the dead ball line. He's held it up. Nobody in the penalty area, though, in white in support for Leeds United. Aronson in field finds Somerville. Now it's floated straight out of play by Strauch, who is forward in an offensive position, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool in front of the Kop. Pretty breathless, Mickey, for the first 17 and a half minutes on 1-1.
It's incredible. And I'll just go back to that Jack Harrison opportunity, and let's give credit to Thiago for coming back and helping out his defenders. I thought he'd made a foul, but he must have made contact with the ball just as he's about to strike. He just scoops his left foot around and gets contact with the ball there, Thiago. Not known for his defensive side of his game, but that was absolutely top class.
So the scores are level after a fascinating opening to this match. It's been a really busy bumper game day, and more live football from the Champions League on Tuesday, including Marseille against Tottenham in that crunch game live on Talksport. Wednesday, we're at Stamford Bridge to see Chelsea take on Dinamo Zagreb, and on Thursday in the Europa League, Real Sociedad against Manchester United is on Talksport 2.
Before this game started, Joe, again, I was having a conversation with you about the kickoff and wondering if it was going to actually work and why we were actually having this kickoff at this time on a Saturday evening. But if this is what it's all about, give me some more of it, please.
More.
Yeah.
And Gomez dribbling up towards the halfway line for Liverpool. Strokes the ball wide to the near side, and Van Dijk pops it square to Gomez again. Gomez, a couple of touches, and now Fabinho switching the play. And far side is Henderson coming in field. Elliott rather. Henderson's on the bench for Liverpool. Coming in field from the right-hand side. The ball squeezes through to Nunez. Back to halfway and Gomez. The Liverpool fans applaud. Their side keep possession, and Liverpool look menacing in attack, as they have done throughout the game, really. Even when it was still 0-0. Before that slip by Addison that led in Rodrigo for the opener. Other than that, Leeds have hardly threatened, and Liverpool with Salah relatively quickly equalising. It's Elliott driving in field from the right. Somerville having slipped. His pass slide ruled down the inside right channel, cleared away by Strauch, but then Somerville with a poor heavy touch. Gomez there to intercept. Little reverse ball by Salah towards Elliott again, but Leeds step in to win it back. It was Adams, and now Aronson. Slide tackled by Thiago right in front of the referee Michael Oliver, and Leeds get a free kick, and Jesse Marsh pacing up and down in his technical area, Mickey.
Yeah, he got a few boos from the Liverpool supporters about a couple of minutes ago where he slammed the ball into the ground. I think he was just trying to bide a little time and get a breather himself, because I don't think anybody in the stadium's been able to breathe since the game started. It has been electric.
4 defeats from 5 for Leeds away from home in the Premier League this season. Haven't won an away league game since the last day of last season. Ball in by Christensen. It's a good one! Aronson hits the bar on the volley on his left side, and Liverpool almost rocks there by Leeds for the second time in the match. Aronson struck it so cleanly, maybe too cleanly, and it cannoned back off the woodwork and away to safety, and you simply cannot take your eyes or ears off this game.
We absolutely can't. I mean, what a ball from Christensen over on this right hand side. He just whips it into an area. He sees that run of Aronson, and it's got that much pace and dip on the cross. Aronson just got to basically make contact with it. It's a fantastic diagonal pass to start the move off. Second touch, he just whips it in between the two centre-halves. What an opportunity. Alisson's got absolutely no chance in that Liverpool
This game is so open, and Leeds are coming forward again. Rodrigo, Harrison inside the penalty area. Saved by Alisson this time. He stood up strong. It's another big chance for Leeds that they've missed. And now it's with Koch on the halfway line. Out to the near side, and Christensen. The defender's pass up towards the corner of the penalty area, not a good one. Wasn't much of an angle against Jack Harrison there, and he really should have scored, but Alisson made another big save, as he has done so often this season.
Well, it's incredible how many really great opportunities Leeds United are getting against this back line of Liverpool. I mean, a 1v1 situation, and Alisson, to be fair, I mean, he stands his ground, he stays big, doesn't he? And it's a brilliant opportunity again. Lovely ball from Rodrigo, and Harrison with his weaker right foot. It's a super strike, but it's right down the goalkeeper's throat. But Leeds are creating opportunities in this game.
Well, they often do, and they often do away from home. And they created plenty against Fulham in the defeat of the weekend as well, but came away with nothing, and Jesse Marsh might be tearing his hair out again.
You know, when you're losing games, Joe, every single week, and you're not creating chances, I think that's when managers
really
are more worried
worry.
about. Absolutely, but from what I've seen from Leeds United so far in this game, the players are playing for the manager. There's no doubt about it.
They look terrific going forward, but can they capitalise on that against a nervy-looking Liverpool back line? Liverpool, who are on a good run if you take away that Nottingham Forest defeat, but it is that Forest defeat, which you heard live on Talksport a couple of weekends ago now, but it really does demonstrate that they still haven't found that rhythm yet.
No, absolutely. I mean, whether people have started to work out Liverpool, or if it's right that maybe the players are a year older, and in that midfield area, you know, there's not as much energy as there has been over the last 4 or 5 seasons. And I think that's what away sides coming to Anfield are trying to capitalise on, albeit Liverpool's home form is still fantastic.
Harrison raiding down the near side, the right for Leeds. That looked like a foul by Darwin Nunez. The referee says play on. The assistant was right behind it, had a very good view. Loose ball has dropped to Aronson, 25 yards from goal. Fabinho came across to make an important challenge. Salah can't keep it in play. Some of the Liverpool fans out of their seats. Liverpool were very clumsy in trying to clear that ball away and very slow to react in possession. And Leeds again have a throw deep inside opposition territory, playing from left to right towards the Kop. The throw infield from Strack towards Rocket, intercepted. Firmino plays a square ball to Thiago. Liverpool look dangerous on the counter, as is so often the case. It's Robertson bursting over the halfway line, inside left, looks further wide to Nunez with his hair tied back. Nunez driving in field, he's got beyond Christensen, who went down, and the free kick given to Leeds by the referee in their right back position. We are halfway through the first half. Liverpool 1, Leeds United 1, and an action-packed game so far, Mickey Gray.
Breathless game of football, end-to-end, exciting. We've had some fantastic opportunities in the game so far from both sides. Leeds United probably would think to themselves, with the chances that we've seen so far in the game, could maybe see themselves ahead in the football match. But right, Joe, when these two sides get together, I remember when Leeds got themselves back into the Premier League, I think was it 3-3?
4-3.
What a game that was. Absolutely incredible, and we've got that in front of us right now.
And on Jesse Marsch's last visit, only game at Anfield in fact as a manager, his Salzburg side were beaten in the Champions League here by 4 goals to 3. So who knows what we've got coming our way tonight. 1-1 midway into the first half, and a Leeds free kick on the near side there right. Harrison and Aronson both standing over it, and Cooper and Christensen and Koch have all gone forward from the defensive positions for Leeds United, and Strauch is there too. Only one man in the Liverpool wall, that's Salah, as you would expect from this sort of range. It's about 5 yards infield. Liverpool holding a relatively high defensive line up on the edge of their D. As we look away to the right, Liverpool defending the Kop in the first half. Harrison's made a run down the right. It's Aronson's floated ball in, headed clear, out to the penalty area. Christensen slices his shot wide. It's a half opportunity for the Danish defender, who's not scored yet for Leeds United. Head in hands on his weaker side, but maybe should have done better.
Well, it's a half chance, no question of that. There's nobody within 5 yards of Christensen when he takes that strike. But what a ball from Harrison from the free kick. He's got whip on it, he's got pace on it. It's in a dangerous area.
You can probably hear the frustration of some of the Liverpool fans around us. It's certainly not going all their way. In fact, Leeds should be back in front. Fabinho has held off 2 in white impressively. Back to Van Dijk, first time ball to the left, and Robertson on the near side. Back in field to Van Dijk again. Now Gomez takes over, 10 yards shy of the halfway line. No great movement in front of him. Alexander-Arnold, who is calling for somebody to make a motion towards the pass, exchanges balls with Elliott, and Alexander-Arnold's back square to Gomez. Gomez on to Van Dijk again, and Liverpool content to keep possession just shy of the halfway line. It's Robertson on the near side touchline. Plays a 1-2, attempted 1-2 with Thiago. Thiago under pressure could only send the ball flying out of play for a throw at the base of this main stand.
Well, it's unlucky from Robertson again. He's tried to do the old give and go. When he's overlap and run there, I think, he's maybe a bit unfortunate that Liverpool didn't win that throw in. But I do like his positivity over on this left-hand side. Whenever he gets a chance to break forward, he is on his bike and he's on the move, and he's been fantastic so far at the beginning of this game.
Liverpool throw, left wing position, near side, courtesy given away by Koch for Leeds United. Christensen couldn't keep it in. It's Fabinho trying to wrestle his way through, but sandwiched in between 2 white shirts, and Leeds industrious there to win it back. Elliott whips it off the toes of Aronson. It is like pinball at times, and both sides are playing with great vigour and energy. It's 1-1 the score. And Gomez, lip of the centre circle for Liverpool, just drifting forward. Here's Van Dijk again. Van Dijk back across to Gomez. Busy day in the Premier League. A busy day in rugby's autumn internationals as well. Talksport 2 brought you Scotland 15, Australia 16 earlier on. We've got plenty of autumn nations rugby on the Talksport network over the next few weeks. Here's Salah for Liverpool, right wing, infield to Firmino. Had to stretch back to try and reach that pass, couldn't control it. Adams cleared away a bit hurriedly for Leeds, had more time on the ball than he thought. Liverpool have it back. Thiago centre position, midway into opposition territory. Nunez back to goal, collects and lays it out to Robertson near side. Back in field to Nunez once more. Now Fabinho takes up possession. Fabinho onto Alexander-Arnold, 25 yards out, but Leeds have plenty of players back behind the ball. Leeds trying to keep robust and organised. It's with Salah. Salah, the Liverpool goal scorer, infield, pings it cross-field, high towards Firmino, headed away by Christensen, but Liverpool instantly will come again. And Firmino out to Robertson on this near side touchline, hooks it into the penalty area, away by Koch on the volley, kept in play by Christensen, down by the dead ball line, hoists it downfield. Rodrigo back to Adams, Adams forward to Rodrigo, good football by Leeds United. Rodrigo plays it square and Stark won't keep that in. Good press from Liverpool, out of play for a throw. Every time you're tempted to look away for a second, Mickey Cray, something happens.
Something happens, yes. Rodrigo giving the ball away in a very good position for his side. They've done ever so well. They've soaked up the pressure of Liverpool. They've cleared the lines. A lovely little reverse pass from Tyler Adams just to play in Rodrigo, and they're on the break. Rodrigo's just got to kind of tighten up his pass a little bit. If he does so, then it's Leeds United on the attack again.
Elliott infield to Liverpool, marauding away from 2-3 in white, and now Fabinho back to the halfway line. Van Dijk strokes it first time on the angle, left to the near side, and Robertson in the middle of the Leeds half, and Robertson back to Addison. And Liverpool are trying to keep the ball moving quickly as we tick towards the half-hour mark with the score still level. It's Gomez on halfway. Square to Fabinho, floats it wide and crossfield. Robertson will do well to keep that in. He hasn't done. Assistant put the flag up into the air, and it's a Leeds throw. The latest odds, you can head to Betfair for those, the official betting partner of Talksport's Premier League coverage. Right now, Liverpool 3-10 to win, Leeds 8-1, the draw 4-1. That's all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org. A rare lull in play. Yeah. For Mickey Gray, and a chance to get some water on board.
Absolutely. I mean, there's mistakes in the game, there's no question about that, but it's so exciting to watch because you're wondering who's going to make that mistake. Gomez on a couple of occasions, he's made a couple of diags that have not gone right for him. He's obviously made the mistake for the goal, and himself and Alisson. Trent Alexander-Arnold, who I said before the game, I thought this was a big game for him. I need him to get forward a lot more. That's where he shows his better qualities. But at the moment, and again as I'm speaking, Joe, gives the ball away.
Well, I think you have to admire the Leeds approach. Meslier, the goalkeeper, has the ball for a side that hadn't won in 8 in the Premier League coming into this one, and 19th in the table. They have been pretty fearless.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's sometimes easy to see when obviously your confidence is a little bit low. You've got no win in 8. You're wondering where your next win's going to come from, and then you've got Liverpool next in line. So the players have got to react, and have they reacted in this game? They've been superb. Their energy levels and their high press has been absolutely first class.
Pushing headed downfield by Nunez. Salah looking to burst clear. Good tackle on the slide by Christensen, and the loose ball drops into the gloves of Meslier. The Leeds fans applaud wildly, almost like they've scored a goal. Salah with that electric pace, always such a danger. It actually came from an initial miscued header by Adams, and then the flick downfield by Nunez. And Salah looking to burst in behind, but Christensen did enough.
What a chance. And that's why you have to be so fearful of Liverpool, because in a split instant they're on the front foot, they're on the move, and they use that pace of Salah. But what a defensive tackle there from Christensen over in this right back position. He had to come round and help out his centre halves, and he had to time his tackle right, and he did it perfectly.
Poor ball by Rodrigo, intercepted by Alexander-Arnold. Great first time pass up the middle. Goalkeeper stays at home. Nunez trying to get round Meslier. Meslier stood up well. Put the tackle in on Nunez. Well, the goalkeeper looked to be all at sea there momentarily. He did a couple of back steps, then finally came forward towards Nunez, and unorthodox, sliding in with his feet first, got enough on the ball, but Liverpool are back on the attack. Fabinho with plenty of Leeds shirts in front of him, and now Alexander-Arnold back to the halfway line, and Gomez 1-1.
Why is Nunez not just lifting that ball over the top of Meslier? Because He's done fantastic. He's got him behind the back line of Leeds United. It was a wonderful ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Meslier comes off his line, and first time Núñez, he's just got to dink it over the top of the goalkeeper. Look, he's full of confidence at the moment. He's got his first Liverpool goal against West Ham. That should have been his second goal.
Here come Leeds now with Christensen. It's attack versus attack in this first half on Talksport. Gomez with an interception on the half volley on the edge of his own penalty area. Then Elliott blocks off the clearance by Rocker with his arm. Referee in a good position to see it. Free kick probably just about within shooting range for Leeds, left of centre.
And within the space I was talking about Liverpool having an opportunity, Joe, Leeds United are now down the other end, and a handball from Elliott, Harvey Elliott, now gives Leeds United from a set piece the opportunity to put the ball into Liverpool's area. And this game is just absolutely bonkers at the moment because it's so end-to-end, and it's just who's got that little bit of quality to finish off one of these chances.
33 minutes played, no great control being exercised on it by the midfield of either team. And the Kop on its feet away to the right. 54,000 seats filled around this famous old stadium by the Liverpool fans. Leeds free kick 30 yards out. Harrison goes for goal, blazes it wide, carelessly.
Yeah, wrong decision from Jack Harrison there. I know he's had one really good opportunity in this game, but from a set piece there, you have to try and test the goalkeeper. It looked like it was on for Aronson with his right foot just to whip it over that wall, or maybe even Harrison just to dink it towards the penalty area, but that was a let-off for Liverpool.
Harrison's shoulders slumped, knew it was poor. 12 minutes of normal time remaining in a thrilling first half up to this point. Fabinho in the centre circle, pops it back 5 yards to Gomez, who's got lots of space, nobody in white coming anywhere near him. Crossfield out to Alexander-Arnold, neat cushioned header to Elliott, corner of the penalty area, again no great press from Leeds United. Alexander-Arnold with time to cross, it's blocked by Crescencio Somerville, and Liverpool win another corner. I make that their fifth of the match so far.
That's where I want to see Trent Alexander-Arnold, over on the right hand side, creating opportunities for his team. Albeit, yes, the cross that he tried to put into the area was blocked, but he's such a better player when he's playing offensively.
Alexander-Arnold will take it between the Kenny Dalglish stand, the Kemlyn Road side and the Anfield Road end, whipped in high towards Virgil van Dijk, headed away by Strout, comes from Robertson on the angle. Robertson with a delicate ball in, headed back across goal by Thiago. Núñez couldn't finish, it was slightly behind him. Desperate defending from Leeds, Cooper cleared it away. Liverpool throw by the corner flag.
Well, I know it's a tight angle for Thiago, and it's a brilliant ball yet again from Andy Robertson over on this left-hand side. Well, is he not better going for goal? It's a very difficult header to try and get that back into the 6-yard area. He does ever so well, and I thought that was a chance for Thiago to go for goal.
Liverpool will try and make something of the throw. Infield to Firmino, back out wide to Elliott, level with the 18-yard line. Elliott now 20 yards back to Gomez, who's just inside the Leeds half. Leeds with everybody back behind the ball. Virgil van Dijk plays a 1-2 with Mohamed Salah. Out to Robertson. Robertson wearing number 26. Infield by deflection to Salah, who knew that Aronson was behind him, has lost possession. Leeds have it back. Christensen in the right back spot. Forward through the middle, up towards Rodrigo. Let it run through his legs. Then Fabinho and Adams slide in. Fabinho got the better of that. It's with Firmino. Firmino near side for Liverpool. Quick feet, dancing feet, gliding away from two. Thiago plays it square to Robertson. Robertson's on the halfway line. It's Liverpool 1, Leeds 1. Less than 10 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. On Talksport, on game day. Firmino looked to spin away from Koch there on the near side, the right. Koch does well, calmly threaded the ball against the shin of Firmino, and it's a Leeds throw.
It's got that feel of an old school game. I mean, we're seeing some challenges going in, albeit just on the centre circle there. Absolutely fantastic. And I have to give Michael Oliver a lot of credit because he's trying to let this game flow. I think because he's doing that, it's making it more exciting.
Not tied downfield by Struck. An intelligent ball down the right-hand touchline. Rodrigo gets to it, and he's in behind. Two in the middle to aim at. He lofts the cross high and poorly, deep to the far post. Somerville will do well to keep control of it. He does. Now he's on the edge of the penalty area. He's curled a shot goalwards. It's blocked. It falls for Aronson. Aronson tries to dink it across. That takes a deflection. Messy Liverpool defending. Addison is there to claim, and the chance for Leeds is gone.
Joe, the perfect word is messy. For Liverpool at the back, they are at 6s and 7s. They're all over the place, and every time Leeds United can get a little bit of space and time in that midfield area and play that diagonal pass, whether it be to the right hand side or to the left hand side, they're getting in behind Liverpool because the full-backs are pushing in so far forward. We know that Liverpool always play with a high line, but Leeds United seem to have worked that out.
That's the voice of Mickey Gray, who played for Leeds United and for England and Sunderland too. Leeds' last Premier League win at Anfield was in April of 2001. Rio Ferdinand and Lee Bowyer on the score sheet that day. Steven Gerrard scored for Liverpool but was later sent off. Of course, Leeds haven't had many Premier League games here since then, but the away fans, I think, will feel delighted with what they've seen 37 and a half minutes in. A careless pass by Thiago, given away sloppily, and then a good tackle from Thiago right in front of Jurgen Klopp, who bellows at the referee, Michael Oliver. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1. On Talksport with Car Finance 24/7. Search Car Finance 24/7 today. Mickey.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. I think Jurgen Klopp's actually having a go at Harvey Elliott as well, because when Thiago's picking that ball up, he plays a scrappy pass, yes, himself. But Harvey Elliott's drifted over to that right-hand side and he's too far away from his teammates. I think what Liverpool want to do is get the three midfield players a little bit tighter together so they can play those little intricate passes. But at the moment, they're making too many mistakes in that midfield area.
20 forward for Liverpool here, though. 4 against 4. Nunez holds it up. Central position. Salah takes over. Edge of the tee. Great feet from Salah, but the left-footed curler is easily saved down low to his right by Ilan Meslier.
He just needed to get a little bit more pace on that Mo Salah. It was kind of running away from him, the ball. He got a little bit of good fortune with the deflection. It went his way. But when he got his left foot wrapped around it, I'm thinking, right, just get a lot of pace on it. Keep it low if you possibly can. And you've got Christensen there just having a word with his teammates, his defensive teammates, saying, look, we need to be a little bit tighter together because they're breaking through us too easily.
Liverpool back in action in midweek against Napoli in the Champions League before a trip to Tottenham. A home game against Derby here in the Carabao Cup, live on Talksport 2. And then another home match against Southampton here in the Premier League, all before the World Cup. And every game of Qatar 2022 will be on the network with us. Nunez, square, halfway line, Firmino, forward towards Elliott. Cooper had to make that sliding challenge, he did. Stretched out a long leg to nudge it away, but Liverpool have it back, and Leeds are on the back foot. Robertson to the near side, and Nunez, corner of the penalty area, return ball to Robertson, timed brilliantly. Robertson somehow had the pace to get in between the two white shirts, pull it across, steer it across. Koch was there at the near post. Liverpool corner, late in the first half, 5.5 minutes of it to go.
Every attack from either side seems to be coming from a mistake in that midfield area. As soon as they lose the ball, you can see both sides are trying to press forward. This time Robertson and Nunez down the left-hand side. I just thought he got a little bit too much pace on that Nunez. Had the chance yet again with his left foot just to dink it into the area himself, but another corner for Liverpool.
Liverpool 1, Leeds 1. Alexander-Arnold will take it, right-footed in swinging, in front of the Leeds supporters. High into the 6-yard box, Meslier comes, punches away two-handed, drops down to Elliott, controlled it neatly, curls it high left-footed over the top.
I just wonder if that might have got pulled back for a foul on Meslier there as he came to clear his lines. Looked like there was 2 or 3 Liverpool players around him, and he reached up. He done ever so well, he got his lines cleared. And then Elliott shot over the crossbar, gave them that little bit of a lifeline, but the way that goalkeepers are looked after, certainly in the Premier League, I just wonder whether that would have been pulled back for a foul.
Easy to forget with Harvey Elliott, Mick. He's still just 19.
Yeah.
He scored that first Premier League goal in the 9-0 win here against Bournemouth, and got another in the Champions League against Ajax in midweek. Knocked forward high up into the air by Fabinho. The flick by Nunez, headed away by Koch from the middle of the Leeds back line. Out to the far side, and Somerville half kept it in play. The pace of this game is electric.
I'm pleased I'm watching it, never mind playing in it.
How have they kept it going?
Shattered.
Nunez collects for Liverpool in a bit of space, inside left channel, driving towards the edge of the box. He plays the pass infield, nowhere near Firmino. There are errors from both sides, in and out of possession as well. Harrison plays the ball down the right for Leeds, and Gomez gets across in front of Aronson, who snaps back at him. Aronson, great feet to jink away from Robertson. He goes down and he wins the free kick. Liverpool not happy. Aronson not happy with Robinson. They're going to go head to Robertson. They're going to go head to head. Adams is having his say as well. Andy Robertson is being pulled away by Jurgen Klopp. Michael Oliver, though, will want to have his say here, I think.
This is a yellow card, Joe, and it's for the reaction of Andy Robertson. He's frustrated because he's lost the ball. Aronson does some brilliant skill to get away from him, and as he goes to ground from that little shove from Robinson, the ball's underneath his body and he has a little kick to try and receive the ball, and I don't think he made contact with it. He's very fortunate if he gets away with a yellow card here, but I said before, the game's flowed. He's got away with it. but that could have been a yellow card easily.
Andy Robertson in a tangle with Brendan Aronson right in front of the fourth official on the near side. The Liverpool fans are out of their seats. They are sat right behind the dugout in this huge main stand that holds over 20,000. We can see over the tops of the stands in the distance into Liverpool city centre. Leeds free kick, floated up the middle by Christensen, a kind of just a token hit and hope really. More than anything, it was easily headed away by Van Dijk. And Aronson has taken the ball out of play. But, Mickey, I mean, it's been a brilliant game, but it's been a lot more competitive maybe than many expected this.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder at the beginning of the game whether Liverpool thought that Leeds United were going to maybe try and sit back and soak up the pressure that Liverpool put on them. Well, it was the complete opposite. It was Leeds United who came out of the traps, waiting for that mistake from Liverpool. It came, they got themselves in front. But is this their downfall through the season? I know there's a couple of games of late where they found themselves in front.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace, they held on to the lead for
Fulham at the weekend.
12 seconds. Fulham for another 6 minutes. It's not long enough. You know, Leeds have got to try and use a little bit of experience. I think they've only got two 30-year-olds in the starting 11. Sometimes that's not enough.
Elegantly done by Thiago to slip the ball into the path of Robertson, crossing the edge of the 18-yard line, blocked off by Koch at the near post with his chest, and Robertson will take a Liverpool throw. It's 1-1, 90 seconds of the first half to go. Maybe we've saved the best till last on game day, after we brought you Manchester City's win earlier on Talksport, Newcastle 4, Aston Villa 0 earlier on Talksport 2. Big win for Tottenham at Bournemouth. Chelsea put 4 past Brighton on Graham Potter's return to the Amex, and Crystal Palace beat Southampton by a 0-0. It also ended Brentford 1, Wolves 1 and Fulham 0, Everton 0.
You better reverse that Brighton result there, Joe. I don't think people might be happy with you.
Brighton 4, Chelsea 1. Apologies. Well spotted, Mickey. Robertson crosses for Liverpool, takes a deflection. Goalkeeper was completely flat-footed, and somehow, luckily for Leeds, it evaded the far post and just dipped the right side of the line for them, and out of play for a corner.
What a game this is. It's incredible how much space both sides are finding themselves, and Robertson, albeit I think he should have got a yellow card, been outstanding on this left-hand side, but when that ball took a deflection, it just looked like it was going to dip into the far post.
Came off Robin Koch, Liverpool corner, Alexander-Arnold with it, headed up into the air by Cooper, not very far to the edge of the box, back in by Van Dijk, further clear by Strout, hooked up into the air by Somerville, up to the relative safety of halfway line, but Liverpool have it back straight away, all in red. Crossfield Gomez, what a brilliant ball, high through the air, chested down and taken in his stride by Alexander-Arnold. Can he take on Harrison, twisting and turning away from Harrison, leaves him for dead, driving into the box, swinging the cross over the head of Thiago. Van Dijk gets the loose pass. Leeds on the ropes a bit here, defending in numbers, but Liverpool are trying to pass and probe. Gomez finding Nunez on the edge of the D. We're into first half stoppage time. Headed back across goal by Robertson, cleared away by a stretching Cooper in front of his own goalkeeper. 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. We don't want it to end. And Cooper got in front of Robertson, and now maybe Leeds can break with Aronson tearing over the halfway line. Couple of step-overs, great ball to the left-hand side. Rodrigo, only with Gomez between him and the goal. Rodrigo, can he get his shot away? Angle is tight left-footed, and Alisson goes down to make a simple save. It has been fast, furious, and frenetic from the very first minute to the last, and somehow it's still just Liverpool 1, Leeds 1.
And you can't separate the sides. Just been absolutely fantastic, brilliant play from Aronson to play in Rodrigo, and again, albeit, look, he's 20 yards out, he's got the ball onto his stronger left foot, and he holds it up and holds it up. Yes, he got his shot away, but another brilliant chance for Leeds United just before half-time. What a time that would have been to score a second goal.
Elliott's come across to the near side, the left, for just the last 50 seconds of first half stoppage time. Robertson for Liverpool, back to almost the centre spot where Gomez is waiting, not even token pressure on Joe Gomez. Fabinho out to the far side, the right. Salah, little flick from Firmino back towards Salah, not enough on it, cleared away by Strout. Harrison dinks it back out to Strout on the far side touchline, and Leeds managed to win a throw. Well, the hearts will be pumping all around the stadium, and I'm sure particularly for both managers.
Without a doubt. I think their heart rates are higher than anybody's in the stadium, those two managers in the technical area, because I don't think they know what's coming next. But what a game of football, and we're only halfway through it.
And Somerville has peeled away from Gomez all too easily, and Somerville now darting towards the edge of the penalty area for Leeds. Was he fouled by Gomez? Tracking back, he was. Free kick to Leeds, a couple of yards from the edge of the penalty area, right at the end of the first half, and that all came from the initial error, which allowed Somerville to simply skip beyond Joe Gomez.
Yeah, and he does ever so well, Somerville. I think he looks at Virgil van Dijk initially and thinks, well, okay, I'm in a 1v1 situation. I'm not going to win a foot race here, so I've got to try and chop inside. He waits for the contact of Joe Gomez, who hasn't been brilliant in the first half. He's looked a little bit shaky. I just talked about a great chance for Rodrigo before half-time. It ain't going to get any better than this for Leeds United. They've got a couple of players, Harrison, and it looks like Aronson over the top of it now. Just hit the target. It's all the manager and all your teammates ask you to do.
Left of centre and just over 22 yards from goal. It is surely set up for Brendan Aronson, who curls it high, miles over the top. And the referee brings the most entertaining first half to an end. And what a shame it had to end, because it really was a pleasure to watch. Caution to the wind from both sides, and credit to Leeds United for that. Huge underdogs coming into the game, starting the day in the bottom three. Rodrigo gave them a very early lead after a slip by Addison following a back pass by Gomez. It was a gift for the visitors. Within 10 minutes, Salah had pulled Liverpool level with a clever finish from the edge of the 6-yard box after a corner wasn't cleared effectively. Since then, though, Leeds have had two great chances. Aronson hitting the bar, Harrison denied by Addison, the Liverpool goalkeeper. But then minutes before the break, Robertson's cross took a massive deflection off Koch. Meslier was wrong-footed, he was never going to get there, but fortunately for Leeds, it looped wide of goal. More of the same, please, in the second 45, we hope, on Talksport at half-time. Liverpool 1, Leeds United 1. Thank you, Faye. Yes, no half-time substitutions, and the second half begins with Liverpool playing from left to right, attacking the Kop end, all in red, and Leeds United all in white, playing from right to left towards the Anfield Road end of the ground, which is partially being redeveloped. Liverpool then with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson the defenders, Fabinho sitting in front of them, Elliott and Thiago either side, Firmino behind Salah and Nunez, and Leeds with Meslier the goalkeeper, Christensen, Koch, Cooper and Strauch, Adams and Rocker in front of them, as Van Dijk plays the ball back to Alisson the goalkeeper, and it's Somerville, Aronson and Harrison behind Rodrigo up front. Crossfield high ball by Alexander-Arnold, headed away by Christensen. It drops to the centre circle and Fabinho. Neat little touch to find Thiago, who has changed his shirt, a long sleeve shirt for him in the second half, and Gomez wearing number 2. Gomez ball out to the near side, and Alexander-Arnold, back he goes to the halfway line, and Leeds sitting deep. It was a thrilling first period. Crossfield ball by Alexander-Arnold is excellent to find Robertson, hugging the far side touchline. The Liverpool left goes backwards to Thiago. Thiago with a great reverse ball, and Nunez inside left in the penalty area couldn't quite get it under control, and it squirms under his feet and out of play for a goal kick to Leeds.
Yeah, just took his eye off the ball at the last moment there, Nunez. Lovely reverse pass from Thiago. He said that too many times in this game, which is surprising. He's normally the one who dictates everything for Liverpool, but again in that midfield area there's been a lot of mistakes. The game hasn't quite started the way it did in the first half. Still, come out in the second half, a few scrappy little mistakes in that central area, but what a crossfield pass from Trent Alexander-Arnold to Robertson just a second ago, and that's what you want to see more of. Liverpool making this pitch as big as they possibly can.
Jesse Marsh in conversation with all of his assistants, the Leeds United boss, a long way down below us on the edge of his technical area. We're high up in the main stand, just to the left of the halfway line. Earlier today, wins in the Premier League for Manchester City, for Tottenham, for Brighton, 4-1 against Chelsea on Graham Potter's return to the Amex. I got that right this time, Mickey. And Crystal Palace winners over Southampton, and it finished Newcastle 4, Aston Villa 0. Goalless at Craven Cottage between Fulham and Everton, and Brentford 1, Wolves 1, also a full-time score. Alexander-Arnold on the halfway line, back to Gomez. Liverpool have had almost all of the possession so far, 2.5 minutes into the second period. Robertson collects the ball beneath the floodlights of the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand on the far side, where I can see one or two spectators belatedly returning to their seats. Everybody was on the edge of their seat in the first half, and now Elliott, after Gomez switched the play cleverly. Elliott in possession on the near side, looks for Alexander-Arnold on the underlap. Liam Cooper was there to clear for Leeds in front of the Kop. It comes back towards Elliott again. Harrison was back this time, shook the side Elliott, did well Harrison. Leeds have a goal kick, 1-1.
Liverpool have had a lot of possession in this second half so far, but not really got anywhere with it. And that's credit to the way that Leeds United are working man for man. And I do love their bravery. Whenever Liverpool get the ball at the back, they're not just leaving one player up front in Rodrigo. You can see Aronson's helping out, Somerville and Harrison over on this right-hand side. It's nice to see. It's refreshing, because normally when you've got a side at the bottom of the table fighting for every point that they possibly can, they normally sit in and try and soak up pressure, but they're not doing that.
A little slip on the halfway line by Somerville, almost led in Thiago. Fabinho wins it back for Liverpool high up the pitch. Nunez is played in, right hand edge of the penalty area, swings in the cross. Meslier gathers. He did well, because had he dropped it, Mo Salah was lurking and ready to pounce for what would have been a tap-in.
Well, they've got to stop making mistakes like that, Leeds United, when they're coming out from the back, because the Liverpool midfield players are just waiting for it, and then they're off. They're off on the front foot. Really good play down the right-hand side, nice enough ball into the area, but you're just waiting for one of your forward players to get in front of the goalkeeper. On this occasion, Meslier, fantastic goalkeeper.
And once we're done tonight, you can join Gareth A. Davis and Spencer Oliver for Fight Night, and Talksport Breakfast is back from 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Laura Woods, Ali McCoist and Jamie O'Hara, your breakfast team. We had Danny Mills on breakfast yesterday, the former Leeds defender, saying a big defeat could spell the end for Jesse Marsch, but Leeds have been right in this game, and it's testament to their performance that the score is 1-1, and it could have been even better for them. Somerville has it over the halfway line, tries to whip a crossfield pass early towards the centre. It was blocked off by Fabinho, and Leeds have a throw deep inside Liverpool territory on that far side, the Leeds right.
One thing they have done, Joe, in the second half, they've switched Harrison and Somerville over. Somerville's now working the right-hand side, and Harrison now on the left.
Adams has tried to poke the ball down that inside right touchline towards Aronson. It is out of play via the boot of Robertson for a Leeds United corner. It will be Leeds' first corner of the game so far, in front of the Anfield Road end that is shared between home and away supporters. Brendan Aronson, the American, will go across to take it. Liam Cooper, Pascal Strout, Christensen and Koch among those forward for Leeds. All of the back four. Aronson right-footed, out-swinging, headed away by Joe Gomez from the centre of the penalty area. Salah will juggle the ball over the head of Rocker, blocked off by Rocker. Liverpool free kick inside their own half. 5.5 minutes into the second period. Are we going to see the game's first yellow card here, maybe for Rocker? Maybe not. Michael Oliver just a talking to Mickey Gray.
He's not even really went across to Rocker, has he? I mean, it was a sensible foul from Rocker. You could see that Salah was on the break. He was going to open his legs up, but Rocker just stands his ground. He pokes out a leg, takes away all the steam away from Mo Salah, and it just gives Leeds United the opportunity to get everybody behind the ball again.
Jesse Marsch is hopping up and down on the touchline. He wants to make a substitution. Patrick Bamford is stripped and ready to come on, the Leeds number 9, and it will be the goal scorer Rodrigo who comes off to a standing ovation from the Leeds supporters. Patrick Bamford has not scored this season, of course. He has had well-documented injury issues. His last goal was in December of 2021. What a setting, potentially, for him to end that duck coming on tonight.
And I believe he's on 99 club goals, isn't he, Joe, I think, as well? So,
yeah,
I mean,
in the league in his career.
Fantastic for him, wouldn't it, to get his 100th at Anfield, one that he would not forget.
I knew you were a stats man, Mickey Gray.
Sometimes.
Adams plays the ball up to the halfway line. Bamford with an early touch, out to the right, and Somerville, who slipped on this very slick Anfield surface. Somerville has easily retrieved possession. Liverpool are backing off here as Leeds come forward. Somerville allowed to cross deep into the penalty area. Poor delivery in the circumstances, under no real pressure from Liverpool. Alisson was able to gather it easily, and Liverpool with no great shape at the moment as Fabinho goes back to Alisson. They had about 6 in a long line, 10 yards up from the edge of the penalty area there, Mickey.
Joe, it's like a very high intensity game in training when you play 11v11 against your teammates at your club, and everybody tries to express themselves. You're not frightened of making mistakes because there's been a lot in this game, but your discipline is not there like it is on match day, and it's got that feel about this game because Liverpool are all over the place, and so are Leeds United at times.
Leeds, remember, have lost more Premier League games home and away to Liverpool than any other side. I'm sorry to tell you that, Leeds supporters. There's so much football to come over the next week on the network, by the way. Next Tuesday in the Champions League, among our commentaries, Marseille against Tottenham on Talksport from 8. Crunch time for Tottenham in the Champions League after the VAR drama earlier this week. On Wednesday we're with Chelsea for their home game against Dinamo Zagreb, and on Thursday in the Europa League, Manchester United travel to Real Sociedad. That's on Talksport 2, a 5:45 kickoff. Liverpool have it with Van Dijk, halfway line. They're just stretched to control possession, and Thiago with the ball back to, well, nobody in particular. Alisson all in green had to race forward to get to the pass, and now Gomez hits the ball down the right-hand channel. Salah will sprint after it with all his might, straining every sinew, but he almost ends up heading over the advertising hoardings in front of the Kop, and it's a goal kick to Leeds, who, early in this second half, the pace is certainly not as furious and frenetic. Leeds relatively comfortable. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1.
Well, Thiago's missed a couple of games, I think, with an ear infection, hasn't he? And
yeah.
I think at times in this game they're being overrun in that midfield area with Fabinho, Thiago and Harvey Elliott, and I just wonder if Jurgen Klopp's maybe getting to that point in the game where he's thinking about bringing a Henderson on. I know he had a knock on his knee, but he must be fit enough to play some part in the game.
Miscue by Cooper, but the ball evades Mo Salah, given away though by Strauch, and Liverpool have it in their right wing position. Infield by Elliott with the early pass, intercepted and well read by Adams, and intelligently Rocker skips away from Fabinho, wrestled to the ground. Free kick to Leeds. Liverpool's bench: Kelleher, Konate, Milner, Henderson, as Mickey mentioned, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jones, Tsimikas, Carvalho and Phillips. Leeds go up the middle with the direct free kick, headed away by Gomez. It comes down to Harrison. Harrison driving forward towards the edge of the box. Infield to Aronson. Put in from Thiago. Liverpool only half get it away. There's a bouncing ball on the edge of the penalty area. Poor clearance by Elliott this time. And then it's, in the end, Alexander-Arnold on the half volley slices it straight out of play into the main stand. There's a nonchalance about some of Liverpool's defending tonight, and it's not very effective.
A scrappy header from Gomez, which led in Patrick Bamford and Harrison. And the ball gets cleared out to Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side, and
Rocker plays it square. Somerville invited to shoot from 25 yards onto Christensen, pulls it back, and it's come off Van Dijk and gone behind for a corner. It could and probably should have been so much more than that for Leeds.
Leeds United are not going to get a better opportunity to win a football match at Anfield. I don't think any side is going to have a better opportunity, because I've never seen Liverpool make so many mistakes in a game of football.
And plenty forward for the corner, which Aronson with the yellow boots on will take. Anfield Road end. It'll be a right-footed, out-swinging delivery. High towards Cooper, headed away by Van Dijk this time for Liverpool. Salah on the break, blocked off, drops to Harrison, 30 yards out. Tackle from Fabinho. Again, Liverpool not in a great shape defensively off the ball. Aronson has it on the right for Leeds, midway inside Liverpool territory. You're listening to Talksport. It's 1-1. Liverpool may be readying some changes. Great slide tackle by Fabinho. Ball locked up over the halfway line by Firmino towards Nunez. One back by Cooper. Well, it is no less intriguing this second half. It is an absorbing watch. Great ball by Rocker when intercepted by Gomez. Crucial interception, otherwise Bamford would have been clear. Elliott trying to break over halfway. Nobody's got control of this game. Somerville trying to dart beyond Robertson. Robertson is on the floor. Somerville is into the penalty area. Tried a low cross. Steered up into the air by Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool again looking a bag of nerves defensively, you have to say here. Great play though by Thiago to cleverly play it infield to Nunez, who's now racing back towards his own goal and has fed it back to Alisson, the goalkeeper. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1, and we're loving this, Mickey Gray.
It's amazing, it really is, but the Liverpool supporters, the big roar you're hearing is because they want more from the players. Now listen to that. The only way to get behind them like that is if Liverpool have scored a goal, or they know that their team are not performing to the levels that they should be. And it is worrying for Liverpool. I think this is why Jurgen Klopp is going to make those changes. They have not got hold of this game whatsoever. They should be in control, but they're not.
I think Curtis Jones is possibly going to come on. There might be a double change for Liverpool. Salah, right wing position near side, all left foot, drives in field. Salah beyond 2, 3 in white. Salah curls one. Well, we've seen him score from that sort of position before, but not tonight. That's ended up in row 10 of the Kop. I will give you the Leeds subs now that we have a chance to breathe in the game. Joel Robles, the goalkeeper. Ayling, Firpo, Llorente, Gnonto, Gelhardt, Greenwood and Click. Bamford having already come on for Rodrigo in the second half as we tick towards the hour mark on Talksport, and Jordan Henderson and Curtis Jones are getting stripped and ready to come on in Liverpool red.
Well, I think one of those players going off, Joe, will probably be Harvey Elliott. I think they need something in that midfield area. Your guess is as good as mine who the other one's going to be, but they just need to get a stranglehold in this game because it's so scrappy from the Liverpool side that are normally so astute in their passing.
Thiago maybe, we'll see. Van Dijk looked like he'd made a perfectly good tackle to whip it under the feet of Somerville on the far side, but assistant flagged, put that yellow flag up into the air, thought otherwise. He's a lot closer to it than we are, in fairness. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1 on Talksport with Now Sports. Don't forget that with Now Sports you can stream all the Sky Sports action like Liverpool against Leeds right now for $11.99. No contract, search Now Sports. So Liverpool will make that change shortly, but I think Leeds want to take the free kick first. It's 2 over it, as is always the case. And it's going to be driven goalwards, and Alisson just has to watch that into his gloves. It was hit by Stroud from a long way out and never looked likely to score, trying to catch up the goalkeeper, but he was so far away and it was an easy stop for Alisson. But now it's Harrison, infield from the Leeds left, fighting Bamford, bit of space in between the two centre halves, and he went for goal on the half volley, spinning and turning from 30 yards out. Alisson, it was straight at him, held it easily.
This is ridiculous.
I've never seen so many gaps in two defences.
It's unbelievable.
Now Nunez for Liverpool going for goal, and he drags his shot wide, right-footed, on the angle, a long way out. And here come the Liverpool changes. Can they establish more of a modicum of control of that midfield? And Mickey's absolutely right. Elliott is the first to go off. Here comes Curtis Jones. And we mentioned Jordan Henderson, who came off partway through the game against Ajax, and it's Fabinho who's leaving the field.
Well, unless Jordan Henderson is going to play, or unless he puts Thiago just in front of the back line for Liverpool, and Henderson and Jones either side of him now, which I think he might do, just to give them a little bit more leg in that midfield area.
Harvey Elliott not played a lot of football. Curtis Jones not played a lot of football this season. Here he is straight away though, into the box, twisting, turning, shooting. Block comes out to Thiago. Nunez through his legs. Robertson saved by the goalkeeper at the near post. The angle was tightened against Andy Robertson, who hoists in a high deep cross. It evades all three players in red in the middle. Alexander-Arnold, it bounced off his head and out of play for a Leeds throw in their left back position. An hour gone and it stays 1-1.
Well, Jurgen Klopp can't be happy with what he's seeing from his Liverpool side. He's made those changes, but from what we've seen from Liverpool for the last 5 seasons to what we're witnessing in front of us right now is a country mile away from each other, because Jurgen Klopp has got huge expectations, but he's not getting that defensively from his team. They are all over the place.
It's great feat from Curtis Jones, having just come on, as I said. Not had a lot of football this season, just one Premier League start due to injury. Liverpool sometimes are slow starters. They started this game very slowly. They quickly hauled themselves level, but it's not been plain sailing since then. And Jurgen Klopp did warn before the game that Leeds can be dangerous, and so it has proven thus far. There will be a Leeds throw on the far side there right, and it's level with the edge of the 18-yard box. And Christensen is shaping up to take it, the Danish right back who's come forward. Aronson has gone short and square. They go up the line to Somerville. Back to Christensen. Somerville down by the corner flag. Leeds with very little room to play across into the box here, but they've worked it very nicely, involving 3 of them. It's come back to Somerville, right hand edge of the box. Adams swings in the delivery. Harrison far post, headed clear. Stroud hits it on the half volley, blocked by Joe Gomez. Liverpool nervy again, headed away by Robertson. Comes down to Somerville. He looks dangerous. Thiago makes a tackle, got enough on the ball. No free kick. Thiago will clear up towards the halfway line. Back to Liam Cooper of Leeds. 28 minutes to go. It could go either way.
Liverpool clear on the lines like an away side, and it's Thiago the man. He's done brilliant to win the ball back for his team, but when do you see Thiago panic, knowing that he's got 2 or 3 Liverpool players around him and just clearing the ball into the opposition's half? I think that sums up the story of Liverpool's performance this evening. They just look really shaky when they're out of play. There's not much movement up front unless Mo Salah's running in behind them. And it's been a shaky performance, and let's not forget, Joe, at the moment they're losing more ground on those top sides.
They certainly are, as Alisson under pressure from Bamford has to clear upfield towards the halfway line. If Liverpool win, they'll be 5 points off the top four, but they are level as Salah, to the frustration of the Liverpool fans, gives it away. Cop long downfield up towards Aronson. Gomez gets across, and now that block-busting pace has returned to the game. There are fireworks going off in the distance in Liverpool on the Halloween weekend, and there are fireworks on the field. Yes, somebody had to say it, didn't they?
I think there's fireworks going off in Jurgen Klopp's brain. He's so frustrated. I mean, he's having a word with his coaches at the moment, thinking, what can I actually do? Because they've never once got a stranglehold in this game. They've not dictated any of the football match, and that is down to Leeds United in the performance they put in this game so far. Been absolutely top class.
Leeds, who have a crucial home game to come against Bournemouth on November the 5th, are miscontrolled by Alexander-Arnold, and a Leeds throw near side their left. Leeds the better side at the moment. Straggler with the edge of the 18-yard box, low ball in. It's come off Van Dijk under pressure from Patrick Bamford. It'll bounce out of play. Leeds throw deep inside the Liverpool half here. Struijk, a giant left back, will take it. Struijk with the dark hair sets up at Harrison, wearing number 11. He's converged upon by two red shirts right by the corner flag, but Harrison does well, almost like he was playing out time, which he's not doing, of course, but he's done well in a very tight situation to win another throw for Leeds in front of those away supporters, all of whom are on their feet away to our left. And Harrison again in a very tight spot, but he gets through three Liverpool challenges. Rocker dinks in a cross, and Robertson will let it bounce, and Alisson will gather. Alisson bowls the ball out to Robertson first time, and Robertson now charges at great pace over the halfway line, beyond Somerville, but not beyond Christensen. Leeds have it back. Liverpool looked slightly out of ideas there, and the onus is really on for Jesse Marsh's Leeds team. 1-1 the score. Great ball by Rocker. Out to the left, and Harrison in the crossing position. Goes on the outside of Alexander-Arnold, who gets a tackle in at the expense of a Leeds United corner.
Well, what pressure from Leeds United over the last 2 or 3 minutes. Getting into some brilliant areas. Jack Harrison over on this left-hand side in the second half. It's like Liverpool have been drawn into the way that Leeds United play, when it really should be the other way around.
Cooper, Struijk, Christensen and Koch are all forward again for Leeds. Harrison's got plenty of white shirts to aim at inside the penalty area. This one is lofted high, too long. Christensen won't get to it. It's got out for a Liverpool throw.
What a let-off. If you've got a set play, a corner, Jack Harrison this time, the culprit, you have to make Liverpool defend it. You've got to make them clear the lines. You can't overhit your corner, especially when you're on top, when you're making a lot of pressure into this back line of Liverpool. Jack Harrison's quality there, and if we remember, I think there was a couple of free kicks in the first half, Joe, that he fired over the top of the crossbar. It has to be better.
Well, we are into the final quarter of this game, and a miscue by Cooper, and Salah could be in. Salah's away from the defender, plays it on to Nunez, saved by the goalkeeper. What a chance for Nunez. Meslier mobbed by his teammates. Heroic goalkeeping in front of the Kop, and Nunez sees a great chance go begging, and so did Liverpool. 1-1.
My goodness, Liam Cooper's heart must be in his mouth. He's tried to clear his lines. He had 2 or 3 opportunities to do so. He didn't get rid of it, and it was Salah again in a 1v1 situation. He plays the right ball to Nunez, but Nunez, the opportunities in the first half, and that one in particular, a top centre forward, what he's supposed to be. He came for big money. That's when he has to score. He's not scored in front of the Kop end either, Joe, I don't think either,
not
has
in the
he?
Premier League.
I mean, he's not going to get a better opportunity than that.
It could rise to £85 million, the fee for Darwin Nunez. He is capable of brilliance, but he was denied by Meslier there. I love football when it's like this, Mickey. Maybe I love football when both sides cannot look secure defensively.
It's brilliant.
Who needs defenders?
Brilliant. I'm loving it. What a game.
I can't believe we've only seen 2 goals.
Yeah.
Surely in the final 23 minutes plus stoppage time, we'll get a chance at more. Nunez into the box, angle tight, on his left foot. Can he get the shot away? Pulls it back across, not sure what he was thinking. Cleared away, drops down towards Robertson. Could fall for Henderson on the edge of the box. He pokes it into the danger area. Leeds clear. Comes back to Alexander-Arnold. Forward down the right. Salah, back to goal. Onto that left foot. Shot takes a big deflection. Lofts up into the air. Firmino crosses. And this time Kop's in the way. Liverpool corner. Kop end. You're with Talksport.
Well, they feel like the ball's getting sucked into that Liverpool goal in front of the Kop end now. A couple of opportunities. First one again, balls to the feet of Núñez. A centre forward full of confidence, should be taking the full back on. And when it falls to Salah there again, does he get enough pace on it? But what a chance for Núñez.
Lots forward for Liverpool. Leeds probably have the aerial advantage, I think it'd be fair to say. Alexander-Arnold ready to whip in the corner. High, Núñez won the initial header. Back in by Thiago. Almost caught the goalkeeper out at the near post, but Meslier plunged to his right. Got a glove to the ball, clawed it behind, and Liverpool get their second corner in a matter of a few seconds. Just over 20 minutes left in the game, and the scores are tantalisingly level. And plenty forward for Liverpool again. This time it's Robertson's delivery. High up towards Firmino, headed away by Koch through a crowd. It's come back to Alexander-Arnold, sizing one up from 35 yards. Square ball onto Jones, and Robertson now. Robertson left on the edge of the penalty area, clips it high to the far post. Trout bundles it behind. Suddenly Leeds are facing wave after wave of Liverpool pressure, and the Liverpool corner count into double figures. 1-1 the score remains.
And the quality's there. Robertson, he just dinked that one to the back post. I think Meslier had a little bit of a slip himself in that 6-yard area. But every Leeds United player back in their own 18-yard box, just praying that they can clear the lines. It's an onslaught now from Liverpool.
Great mass of Liverpool supporters in the Kop end. It's Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. That bounces in the box. Van Dijk can't stretch to meet it. Cleared away by Bamford for Leeds. It's on the halfway line with Gomez. And Gomez back to Alisson. And those Leeds supporters can breathe a sigh of relief again. Jesse Marsh hasn't left the edge of his technical area the whole game in his grey jumper and dark trousers. Jurgen Klopp, arms behind his back in the baseball cap, just to his right. And Thiago takes over. Thiago looking to break between the lines. Back to Gomez halfway. First touch way out of his feet, but nobody in white there to put the pressure on for Leeds. Henderson's in the centre circle. Forward to Thiago, back to Gomez again. Gomez to the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold's got lots of space to swing in this cross. It will do so. Takes a big deflection. Loops high to the far post. It'll go out for a corner if Christensen can keep it in. He did. Christensen clears. Only as far as Van Dijk. Another firework goes off in the background. Crossfield ball by Gomez. Out to the right. Headed away by the towering Strauch. He's got a bandage on his wrist. Harrison dispossessed. Salah, and now Jones racing to the box. Square. Salah gets to it! Over the top. What a tackle by Robin Koch. And the referee says goal kick. He feels the last touch was off Mo Salah, and the Kop is incandescent.
What a challenge. Robin Koch. Great play from Liverpool. Drove into that 18-yard area, and when it comes back to Salah, it's the right decision. It is a goal kick. Koch, he stretches out his right leg, and it falls and bounces off the shin of Mo Salah and goes over the top of the crossbar. I mean, Liverpool now are just pressing forward, trying to get that second goal in the all-important win. Leeds United to a man, defensively, absolutely top class.
Attacks from both sides are coming in waves, and not like Leeds this season to be as impressive defensively as they have been in this second half. Cooper thumping header downfield. Alexander-Arnold easily the favourite to beat Bamford too. It was a little slow with his acceleration. Alisson crossfield the goalkeeper with the pass to Robertson. Brilliant distribution. Robertson's on halfway. Leeds want to make a change shortly. Robertson skips in field. He runs into Adams carelessly. Bamford can hold it up. Oh, he could have gone to the right with a reverse pass to find Aronson, but he's played it to the left and Bamford instead. Harrison instead. Harrison looks for Bamford with a pass up towards the edge of the box, and Van Dijk sweeps it clear. I'll give the odds in a moment when we get a second, which they don't really get many of those in this game. And a change for Leeds, and a debut for the 18-year-old Italian Wilfried Gnonto, who was brought in from Zurich in the summer. And is that Harrison who's gone off? Yes, it is Harrison who's gone off.
Another positive change, Gnonto. What an opportunity for the young man coming on. He's probably going to get around about 20 minutes in this game to show his ability. But Jack Harrison, while he was on the pitch, absolutely first class. Worked his socks off for his team today.
18 minutes plus stoppage time to go on Talksport. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1. For the latest odds, head to Betfair, the official betting partner of Talksport's Premier League coverage. Leeds with Rocker, 25 yards and goal, sets up Aronson as the wind picks up at Anfield down at pitch level. Aronson's shirt fluttering away. He's got the yellow boots on. He looks up the American, plays it back to Rocker. Rocker faced up by plenty of Liverpool red shirts, but Struijk may yet get a cross in. Feeds it forward to Aronson, who's been tireless. Aronson had his shirt tugged there by Gomez, not once but twice. Aronson one way and then the other. Back to Rocker, high deep cross. That should be easy for Robertson to bring down. He is under pressure from Christensen. Sends it forward towards Nunez. Nunez immediately faced up by Rocker, and Nunez held that up well. Back to Robertson, back to the goalkeeper. First time clearance sliced upfield. It'll squeeze through to Roberto Firmino, who lets it run for Curtis Jones over the halfway line. All straight through the middle to Meslier. Those odds, sorry Mickey, Liverpool 10-11 to win, Leeds 7-1, the draw 7-5, all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus beat, gambleaware.org. Here is Mickey Gray.
I was just going to say, I mean, the substitutes that have come on for Liverpool, this time Jones, he's overplayed his pass when there was no pressure on him whatsoever. He was looking for that run from Salah in between his centre-half and full-back. But it just sums up the game of how many mistakes we've seen in this football match. It has been crazy.
Atmosphere might crank up around Anfield now. The vast majority of the 54,000 or so will not be happy if the score stays at 1-1. Salah, right hand side for Liverpool, trying to drive infield. It's got beyond Cooper. Salah's clearing the penalty area, dinks it high to the far post. Not sure what he was thinking. It's gone way over the top of the bar. Was Salah going for goal, or was he trying to find the two runners, Firmino and Nunez?
Well, I mean, Nunez and Firmino are waiting there unmarked, and Mo Salah's tried to play that ball across the area with the outside of his left foot. He does brilliant at the beginning to get away from Cooper from that challenge, but when he does, he's got so much time. We've seen it from Salah on numerous occasions, and he normally picks out his man, but he just gets it completely wrong, and not one reaction from Nunez or Firmino to say, why did you not just cross that ball with your right foot? It's a simpler pass. He tried to do the nonchalant outside of the left foot, and he's got it completely wrong.
We hope that club football continues to be this exciting before the World Cup, and when we get to Qatar 2022, the Talksport network will be there with every game live. Here is Alexander-Arnold, pass infield to Jones, and Jones has given the ball away, and now Leeds are on the counter-attack. Aronson streaks over the halfway line. He tries a little dummy away from Alexander-Arnold. Great feat from Aronson, but the throw goes Liverpool's way. Yeah, that first game of the World Cup, Qatar against Ecuador on the 20th of November, live with us, and then England against Iran the very next day. Every England game, every Wales game on Talksport. Here's Henderson, halfway line for Liverpool, square to Gomez, less than 15 minutes remaining now. Still 1-1, still could go either way. Leeds with Rocker stabbing the ball down the near side of the left, and Aronson is ever a willing runner. He's absolutely tireless, Aronson. Van Dijk almost caught by Somerville. Did a big 180 turn, Van Dijk there, quite slowly. And Liverpool squeezed the ball out to the left, and Robertson back to Thiago, just shy of the halfway line. Thiago on to Jones, very narrow with that midfield three for Liverpool at the moment. Salah's peeled wide to the right. Salah finds Alexander-Arnold back to goal. Cooper was there with the tackle. You can see the chances coming potentially for either side before the end of the game. Apologies if you picked up some bad language from RFX Mike there. The Liverpool fans around us, understandably maybe passionate and obviously frustrated about what they're seeing, Mickey, and they're going to fall further off the pace in the Premier League as things stand. Yeah,
absolutely, and that will hurt Liverpool supporters. It'll hurt Jurgen Klopp and his side because they want to try and climb the table. There was an opportunity for them to do that here today when you look at the form of Leeds United, but because of the reaction of Leeds early on in this game, Liverpool find themselves on level terms, and it hasn't been a performance that has merited a 3-point win so far.
Forward by Salah into the box. Christensen in that battle with Nunez did well. Liverpool are going to bring on the former Leeds man James Milner shortly. Robertson plays it back to Henderson. Henderson now, 10 yards into opposition territory. Thiago wearing number 6 with the white boots on. Forward towards Nunez. His layoff crossfield to Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool players queuing up in support. It's with Salah in the box. Angle tight. Dinks in the cross. Headed away by Koch in the middle of that Leeds back line. 13 minutes left. Just a real sense of anticipation around the ground that chances at either end could come at literally any moment.
Normally what happens is when you are a side at the bottom of the table, when it gets to that final 10 minutes, the thoughts in your mind are, OK, let's just take something from the game. So what I'm expecting to see is Leeds United dropping off a little bit too much, trying to catch Liverpool on the break with the pace of Patrick Bamford. I think this should be Liverpool just trying to press and press and press to try and get that all-important winning goal, because it's massive for them today, Joe, to pick up 3 points. And that's not taking anything away from Leeds, because at the moment they deserve something from the game.
Well, Leeds would move up to 18th. And not quite outside the drop zone. Ball in by Alexander-Arnold, headed away by Koch. It was aimed at Nunez, who tried to peel away far post. Henderson takes up possession midway inside the Leeds half. Robertson 25 yards out. Nunez, edge of the penalty area. Right-footed curler! Tipped away by Meslier. And the goalkeeper makes a second great save from Darwin Nunez. Head in hands, the Liverpool man. Liverpool corner as they seek a winner at the Kop end.
Great strike. Incredible save. Probably Nunez's most difficult chance of the afternoon or the evening. But that is brilliant from the goalkeeper. Stretching round to his left-hand side and with his higher hand, tips it around the post. Brilliant football from both sides.
Liverpool change. Alexander-Arnold off, Milner on. Milner on against the club where he started his career. Leeds have brought everybody back, defending desperately at the Kop end as they look to preserve this point. Robertson with a left-footed in-swinging corner. Meslier punches clear, two-handed through a crowd, a big crowd. It's come back to Jones. Jones to the left. Henderson with time and space to swing in his cross, and it could be smuggled in. It's cleared away. Leeds get it away at the last. Thiago was facing goal and couldn't bundle it over the line, and now Leeds are on the counter. 3 against 2. Aronson bursts forward. To the left is Somerville. Square to Bamford. First touch not good. Bamford tried to twist and turn. Can he lay it back? Aronson's in the penalty area still. Bamford to the right. Angle very tight. Tries the cross behind of Henderson. Oh, Patrick Bamford, where was your touch when you needed it?
Oh, Patrick Bamford indeed. I mean, what a chance, Joe. It's a great move from Leeds United again. Bamford is there. He just needed a better first touch. If his first touch is perfect, it's a simple little slot behind Alisson and he win this game. He gets it wrong. He's on 99 goals and it looks like he's going to stay on 99 goals. What a chance to win this football match for Patrick Bamford and Leeds United.
Well, who knows? Maybe there will be more chances for both sides. There'll be a corner on the far side that Rocker will take. Anfield Road end, and it's 1-1. It's swung in high viciously towards the 6-yard box. Christensen far post heads it wide.
There's not many times in the final 10 minutes of a game that you get an opportunity to see off a side like Liverpool, and Leeds United have just missed that opportunity. It was a 3v2 situation. Eventually the ball found its way to Patrick Bamford, but his first touch has to be better. It's like he's thinking about taking the shot on before he's actually taken his first touch. You can't do that. When you've got players like Van Dijk and Gomez at the back, you know they're waiting for that first touch and they'll pounce on you. And he just took it too wide and the opportunity was gone.
Liverpool 1, Leeds 1 on Talksport with Car Finance 24/7. Search Car Finance 24/7 today. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Leeds still on the halfway line. Just an incredible game, Mickey.
It's unbelievable. And you know, the energy levels are going into the technical areas as well. I mean, Jesse Marsch, like he knows what he's thinking at the moment. He just wants to get something from the game. He is jumping, he's kicking, he's fighting every single time Leeds United take a touch of that ball. He's on that pitch, he's the 12th man. Sometimes I think he's a little bit too irate, but in these circumstances, full credit to him. He's right behind his team.
Can Liverpool summon up the quality that we all know they have in the final few minutes as they seek a win at the home side? Salah near side the right, infield with the ball. It's cleared away, intercepted by Adams. Adams forward straight into the feet of Bamford. It really rattled at his legs. Bamford's layoff was intercepted by Milner. Milner on the near side the right, gets it back from Firmino. Milner with an early cross, headed away by Cooper up into the air, not very far. Salah watches the bouncing ball down. Firmino on the volley, saved by Meslier. Well, from where we were, right behind it, it looked like he was going to catch it perfectly, and I guess he didn't quite.
Nah, he scuffed it into the ground a little bit, Firmino. It was on his weaker left foot. But Liam Cooper, as he makes this header, he turns away from it as a defender and certainly a centre-half. You cannot do that. when you've got people like Firmino on the pitch, it just takes that split second for him to find a little bit of space, which he did. But normally, and what is it, 6 league goals this season? That certainly should have been his 7th. What a chance.
7 goals in his last 6 starts at Anfield in all competitions as well. And Liverpool have created some great opportunities. Leeds have done that too. There's a Liverpool player down on that far side. I think it is Andy Robertson. It is. Clash of heads with Adams, and Adams is going to need some treatment as well. 7 minutes left in the game. We will have more Premier League goals as they go in for you tomorrow on the Sunday session on Talksport, with Sam Matterface and Mickey at Old Trafford ahead of Manchester United against West Ham and Arsenal against Nottingham Forest also tomorrow. We've also got lots of rugby commentary over the next few weeks. The Talksport network with the Autumn Nations series. After Scotland were beaten narrowly by Australia today on Talksport 2. Next weekend we'll bring you England against Argentina and Wales against New Zealand. Hard to pick out a highlight in the game, Mickey, and maybe the biggest highlight, a winner for either team, is still to come.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you wouldn't put it past either side to do so. I have to say, what an advert for the Premier League, albeit there's been mistakes. But we've just seen a replay of Patrick Bamford again in front of us, Joe, and that first touch... I know he hasn't played a lot of football this season, he hasn't got a goal in his last 12 games, but if you're ever going to get a chance in front of your own supporters as well, that was it. His first touch, I think he actually should have went with it with his right foot rather than the outside of his left foot with his first touch, and he just took his eye off it. The ball slipped over the top of his boot and the chance had gone.
Well, good to see Robertson and Adams back on their feet. Bamford did miss a good chance against Fulham, didn't he, Mickey, having come on as a sub last weekend. And Jesse Marsh again, it may well be the same old story for Leeds, especially if Liverpool can find the winner here.
Well, if they can keep performing like this, Joe, I wouldn't worry about Leeds United over the next few weeks, if I'm completely honest with you. It's whether they can do that or not. It's okay, bringing your game up an extra 10-15% when you play against the top sides, and one of them being Liverpool, but it's the sides around you where you've got to find that bit of quality. And you talk about Bamford, he's got minutes under his belt again here today. I think he's missed a penalty this season as well, hasn't he? So it's going to come to him. We know he can score goals in the Premier League, and those chances that he's just had a couple of minutes ago, he will get a lot more of them because he's such a robust centre forward and he likes to get into difficult areas, and we know he will stick a few of them away.
It's a Leeds throw. With the 18-yard line on the far side. Christensen into the feet of Bamford. Liverpool with Henderson back to the goalkeeper. Didn't really want it there, Alisson, right in front of goal. Rifles the clearance downfield. Nunez, great touch. Gets it back from Salah. Tries to play it back through the middle towards Mo Salah. Sliding in, maybe unnecessarily, to clear was Christensen. The ball's back in the centre circle. Nobody can get a foot on it. Eventually Thiago does. Brings it down. Was that handball? Referee says play on. Firmino into Salah. Salah's in the penalty areas. This is chance! Meslier tips it away. Stretching with his leg. It's a Liverpool corner again, and Leeds are screaming what they felt was handball in the build-up. Corner's been taken quickly. Milner cornered the box. And now Henderson, inside right channel. Henderson away from Aronson. Henderson blocked off by Gnonto. And Gnonto makes another tackle. And it's yet another corner for Liverpool. I think that is number 13, Mickey, but we're losing count here.
Yeah, we are losing count. It's good play from, again, Jordan Henderson, taking 2 players on, fighting to win that corner for his side. Gnonto come off the substitute bench, working as hard as the players before him.
Gomez is up there now for Liverpool. Corner hoisted in high. Van Dijk trying to climb. Drops to Curtis Jones on the edge of the box. There's the shot. It's blocked. Comes back to Jones again. Whips it cross-field. Gnonto heads it away into the last 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time on Talksport, where it's Liverpool 1, Leeds 1 in the most remarkable game, where to say that caution has been thrown to the wind would be a massive understatement. Liverpool have got 5 players forward in red, waiting for it on the edge of the box. Van Dijk has stayed up there. Henderson, diagonal ball, up towards Firmino, headed up into the air by Strout, to the edge of the box. Van Dijk trying to control, trying to force his way through. Leeds trying to scramble it clear. Desperation about that defending. Up to the halfway line it goes. And Gomez controls. That's a great ball down the right to Milner. Milner with plenty to aim at. Punched away by Meslier. Diving to clear the cross as 3 charge forward Liverpool.
This is unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. What a ball from James Milner. Firmino, it looked like it was going to beat the goalkeeper to it. but fantastic again from Meslier in that Leeds United goal.
Anfield, the soundtrack to an incredible game. 14th corner of the night for Liverpool. And here it is, in front of a standing Kop. We've seen this before, haven't we? Late in a game, with the score 1-1. They haven't played particularly well at times, Liverpool, today, but they've created a hatful of chances in this second half. Robertson to take, left-footed, out-swinging, drills it in high. Gomez trying to jump, never scored a senior goal. Leeds get the block in. It's come back to Henderson, plays it backwards 10 yards to Thiago. Thiago back towards the centre circle, and Milner's got a chance now, pings it high on the diagonal. Robertson far post, has it back across. Firmino's header, brilliant save, Meslier, and Meslier pounces on the loose ball as well. The Leeds United goalkeeper has had a torrid time in his 2 previous appearances on this ground, but maybe he's laying those ghosts to rest tonight.
What a save. Again, a brilliant move from Liverpool. Super ball from Milner. Virgil van Dijk knows that Robertson's behind him. He just heads it into that 6-yard area, and the header comes in, and Meslier on his toes dives down to his right hand side to make a fantastic save.
Oh, and Liverpool have given it away, have they? Van Dijk on the edge of the box manages to scramble to it in front of Aronson. It looked like Leeds were through for a second there. Adams forward to Gnonto. So many defensive errors from either side, and either team look capable of taking advantage. Gnonto's down by the corner flag, he pulls it back, Bamford in the middle, onto Somerville, angle tight, he's puts it in! Somerville has surely won it for Leeds United. He's taken off his shirt in celebration, and Leeds have maybe secured their first win at Anfield in the Premier League for more than 20 years. Somerville is mobbed by his teammates, raucous scenes in the away end. We knew a winner was coming, and it's come for Leeds United, who might be about to march away from Anfield with the most remarkable victory. Liverpool 1, Leeds 2 in the final minute of the game.
This is unbelievable. I did not think I was going to come to Anfield and witness this evening, but it's all that Leeds United deserve for their tenacity, their dogged display. The work ethic has just been absolutely incredible. But when that ball comes out to the left-hand side, Gnonto, he does ever so well to get that ball anywhere near the 6-yard area. Falls to Bamford, then falls to Somerville, and he kind of pokes out his toe. And as it goes underneath Alisson and falls into the back of the net, the Leeds United supporters and the players go absolutely crazy. Who'd have thought we'd have seen this performance and this result tonight? When you think about Liverpool's home form, this is just incredible. This is why we love football.
That's his last touch of the ball. Somerville, first 2 Leeds goals, back-to-back games. Luke Ayling comes on, and you're absolutely right, Mickey Gray. There's no game like it, and there's no league like it anywhere in the world. I don't care what you say. Can Liverpool find an equaliser? Van Dijk is up there. The ball is headed clear by Leeds, who've defended heroically, and now they really have to hang on. We're into stoppage time. We haven't seen how much has been added on just yet. Liverpool have it with Jones towards the Kop end. Nunez, it nearly reached him. Cleared away. Drops down to Henderson. Back out wide to Robertson. We'll keep an eye on that stoppage time for you. We'll tell you when we know what it is. Still waiting for the 4th official. Ball into the penalty area. Salah's touch. Robertson might get there. Meslier first to it. Sliding in the Leeds goalkeeper, all in black. 5 minutes of added time. And it's Liverpool 1, Leeds 2. And Mellier's gone down hurt, and here come the Leeds physios. Well, Jesse Marsch, what must he be feeling? He pumped his fist after what looks like being the winning goal, and now he's going to give some instructions to a couple of his players. But this could be a season-changing win for Leeds, and, well, Mickey, it could put Liverpool at huge risk of missing out on the top 4, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talk about things before the game kicks off, and if this was a rout by Liverpool, maybe 4 or 5, we might have been talking about this being Jesse Marsch's final game as a Leeds United manager. Well, quite the opposite. What a performance. And to come away from Anfield, let's not forget, unbeaten here in 29 games, Premier League games. It's an unbelievable record. But the way that this game has panned out, it has just been sensational to watch from that first minute up until this moment. Meslier in that Leeds United goal, who's been maybe questioned over the last couple of weeks. Is he not old enough? Has he not got enough experience when Leeds United find themselves in big trouble? He's pulled off 2 incredible saves. He's just come off his line, been so brave to win the ball back for his team. I mean, I'm picking one person out here from Leeds United. I think the whole performance from the team has just been absolutely top draw.
Well, Leeds have got their sub-keeper Joel Robles, who used to play for Everton, actually warming up, but Meslier is on his feet. Well, there were 5 minutes of added time that were scheduled initially. We've only played about a minute or so of that, but the Leeds fans are bouncing at the Anfield Road end, and Liverpool, well, it would be their first home defeat in the Premier League since losing here to Fulham in March of 2021, when they were on a really poor run of results, certainly nowhere near as bad in terms of the run of results that they've been on of late, Liverpool. They had been on a decent run coming into tonight, but having lost to Nottingham Forest a couple of weeks ago and maybe about to lose to Leeds here, more questions will be asked. Leeds scored early and they've scored very late. 3 minutes over the normal time, 3 minutes over the second 45. The ball pumped long by Alisson, deep up to the edge of the box. Liverpool looking for an equaliser. It's cleared away. Comes back to Robertson, inside left channel, infield to Thiago, who's midway into the Leeds territory. Leeds lead 2-1. Robertson looks up, boos and whistles from the away supporters, headed away by Ayling at the heart of the Leeds back line. To be fair to most of the Liverpool fans, the vast majority have stayed to the end, but there are 1 or 2 empty seats. Henderson's crossfield ball, Milner pulls it back, Salah brings it down, corner of the 18-yard box, white shirts all around him. Salah back to Gomez. Can Liverpool find a way through? Can they find the equaliser? Henderson out to the left-hand channel. Roberto Firmino's got it, dinks in the delivery. Ayling with the yellow boots on, he's just come on for Somerville, gets it away. And then it's steered upfield by Leeds, by Aronson, only as far as Gomez. Liverpool will be relentless right to the very end. Cross towards Jones. Koch is there this time. Leeds, that white-shirted wall in front of Liverpool. They're keeping them out, but for how much longer? Henderson on the half-volley from 25 yards, screaming well wide of goal. Leeds are nearly there. We've had 4.5 minutes of additional time. I think because of the stoppages, there's probably still at least a couple to go, but an extraordinary effort from Leeds, who are going to move up to 15th-year-old club Mickey as it stands.
Well, it's incredible, isn't it? I think that just shows the table itself. When you think there's a side that are down and out, how important 3 points are. I know they're not over the line yet, Leeds United, but they're not far away from doing so. This just instills huge confidence. Coming to a plate like this and playing the way they play, picking up 3 points, it's massive.
All eyes on the referee. We've had 5 minutes of added time. Robertson long, Leeds 2-1 up at Anfield. It's cleared away by Christensen this time. They've got a back 5 Leeds. Everybody's back defending. Thiago has it for Liverpool in the centre circle. Have they got one last chance left in them? The home team, they'll feel they've created enough to get an equaliser. Jones is ball in. Meslier pounces on it, drops to the ground. Thumbs up from Jesse Marsh. Job is nearly done.
Well, Meslier's done exactly the right thing there. He's just biding a little bit of time for his side, and I think when this ball leaves his hands and clears the field, I think that's when we will see the full-time whistle.
Meslier clears high, left-footed. Headed away by Gomez. Aronson picks it up for Leeds. Couldn't thread it through to Bamford. Still we play on. Referee has had a look at his watch. Michael Oliver. Just under 6 added minutes have been played. Robertson high downfield. Van Dijk trying to jump. Struijk, coolest man in the stadium, chests it back to his goalkeeper.
Well, I know what I'd have been doing in that situation. It'd have been with my right foot and clearing up the pitch as far as I possibly could. Why is he not blown the whistle, Joe? He should have done it already, Michael Oliver.
The Leeds boss, Jesse Marsh, coming into this game, said he was sick of losing football matches. He's just about to get maybe the biggest win of his managerial career, and it could be so crucial for Leeds. Forward by Milner. Leeds lead 2-1. Meslier can claim again on the edge of the box, and surely that is the last chance for Liverpool. We have had 6 minutes and 40 seconds of stoppage time in one of the most enthralling games of the season on Talksport. Again, Meslier clatters the ball up into the night sky. Again, we don't have the whistle, but it's come off James Milner and it's gone behind for a Leeds corner, and they delight in that. The Leeds supporters, the final whistle blows. A famous win at Anfield for Leeds United as Liverpool's Premier League season lurches into crisis. Leeds out of the relegation zone, but for Jurgen Klopp's side, a first Premier League home defeat in 30 matches. Liverpool now 13 points off the top of the table, 8 points off fourth, and maybe even struggling to make ground in the race for the Champions League. But Leeds have done something really special tonight. Jesse Marsch, a bear hug for one or two of those players, heroes in Leeds white, and now they rush up towards the away section of the Anfield Road end. Rocker with his arms outstretched, screaming at the Leeds supporters, and they will delight in this win, not just long into the night, but they will talk about it for years to come. They took the lead early on through Rodrigo after a mistake involving Gomez and Alisson, the goalkeeper. Salah equalised very quickly, and then it was like basketball. Chances, multiple chances for both sides in the most thrilling match. We thought there might be a late winner. There was a late winner. In the final minutes of normal time, Crescencio Somerville poking it underneath Alisson. Wild scenes of celebration were sparked, and Leeds have their first Premier League win on this ground in more than 20 years. The most memorable night under the lights on Talksport. It has finished Liverpool 1, Leeds United 2.